India has made significant contributions to the development of aviation technology and history. One such remarkable achievement is the Indian Naval Aviation Museum, Goa. This museum showcases the rich heritage and history of Indian naval aviation to the world. This video documentary will take you through the journey of the Indian Naval Aviation Museum, Goa, and explore the legacy of Indian naval aviation. This film is shot by director Sumit Kumar Singh during his The Warrior Expedition 3226 trip.
ये बेसिकली इंडियन नेवी का एयरक्राफ्ट है जिसको फायर फ्लाइट बोला जाता है. ये पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस इंडिया सर्विसेज में आया था. नाउ इट्स नो मोर सर्विंग विद द इंडियन नेवी.
As you can see, various aircraft which had served an Indian Navy air wing over the period of time, starting with the Sea Harrier, which was instrumental in safeguarding the Indian coast after the Kargil War. It is the only fighter jet in the world to be able to take off and land on an aircraft carrier. We explore the HAL Chetak, the workhorse of the Indian Navy. Several variants of the Chetak have been used by the Indian Armed Forces for over 5 decades. Of the museum, who shares the history and significance of the Indian Naval Aviation Museum, Goa. The museum was established in 1998 to showcase the immense contribution of Indian naval aviation to the country. We explore the HAL Chetak, the workhorse of the Indian Navy. Several variants of the Chetak have been used by the Indian Armed Forces for over 5 decades.
इंडियन नेवी का एक एयरक्राफ्ट है.
ये बेसिकली इंडियन नेवी का एयरक्राफ्ट है जिसको फायर फ्लाइट बोला जाता है. ये पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस इंडिया सर्विसेज में आया था. नाउ इट्स नो मोर सर्विंग विद द इंडियन नेवी. This aircraft actually started post pre-independent era 1945 and it's even served till post-independence with the Indian Army, Indian basically Navy. And this was decommissioned since 1960. It's almost 40, almost 62 years of the retirement.
We then explore the exhibits of the Super Constellation, a long-range reconnaissance and anti-submarine warfare aircraft which has been nicknamed the Smiling Dolphin because of its unique shape and construction. The museum has several helicopters that played a pivotal role during times of emergency. We explore one such helicopter, the Westland Sea King, which was used during the Mumbai terrorist attacks in 2008. The Naval Aviation Museum is a military museum located in Bogmallo, 6 kilometers from Vasco da Gama, Goa. This museum contains exhibits that showcase the evolution of the Indian naval air arm over decades. The museum is divided into two main parts, an outdoor exhibit and a two-story indoor gallery. The museum was inaugurated in October 1998 and is one of the two military aviation museums in India, the other being the Indian Air Force Museum, Palam in Delhi. This Naval Aviation Museum is a military museum, is the only of its kind in Asia. The nearest airport is Debolim Airport. The museum lies on naval property adjoining the south side of Debolim Airport, on Bogmallo Road off National Highway 17. The nearest railway station is Vasco da Gama Railway Station. Upon entering the museum's premises, the first sentinel is the bulking form of the Super Constellation, a craft originally used as a passenger plane by the Indian Airlines. It was later handed over to the Air Force as a transport vehicle, who then gave it over to the Indian Navy. It was eventually decommissioned but has remained within the naval purview. The outdoor gallery has an impressive display of 13 aircrafts, both planes and helicopters, as well as a display of aircraft engines and parts. The single-seater Sea Harriers and were based both on the INS Vikrant as well as the INS Virat. These fighter jets were part of the Indian Naval Air Arm and provide reconnaissance, carrier-based strike capability, fleet air defense and anti-submarine warfare. The museum also boasts a gift shop that sells a number of souvenirs fashioned along the lines of the exhibits in the museum. The museum is a great place to visit, not only for its uniqueness in subject matter, but also for an in-depth look at the glorious military history of the country. The museum is also meant to inspire people to look to the seas and the skies and their protectors. The museum displays a number of aircraft that were used by the Indian Navy throughout its history. These are displayed outside in the museum's open-air gallery. The interior of the museum is designed to look like the interior of a naval aircraft carrier, the INS Virat, and has a number of interesting galleries displaying naval equipment, prominent battles, a simulation room and an extensive granite plaque paying tribute to those brave souls who gave their lives in service of their country. The museum is open to public from Tuesday to Sunday from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The museum does, however, remain closed on national holidays. A day at the museum is a pleasant outing at any time of the year.
Naval Aviation Museum Goa is a treasure trove of India's aviation history. This museum offers a unique blend of tradition and technology, showcasing the accomplishments of the Indian naval aviation over the years.
बेसिकली 1953 से हम लोग रॉयल इंडियन नेवी 1953 उससे पहले रॉयल इंडियन नेवी था, उसके बाद 1953 में पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस हम लोग इंडियन नेवी टिल 1953 तक हम लोग रॉयल नेवी के नाम से जाने जाते थे, रॉयल इंडियन नेवी.
The museum also boasts a gift shop that sells a number of souvenirs fashioned along the lines of the exhibits in the museum. The museum is a great place to visit, not only for its uniqueness in subject matter, but also for an in-depth look at the glorious military history of the country. The museum is also meant to inspire people to look to the seas and the skies and their protectors.
We conclude our documentary with a tribute to the brave men and women of the Indian Navy who have dedicated their lives to safeguarding the country's maritime borders. We leave our audience with a deep sense of respect and admiration for the Indian Naval Aviation Museum and the legacy it represents.